So we have Omolola and Blessed. So what do you think? So hello, can you guys hear me? Hello. Okay, so all right. Okay, Blessed said so. So what we covered this week from the tutorials made okay, you have a question. Okay, Blessed say, oh, Omolola, he says it's raining heavily. And it's quite loud. I hope I don't mind if okay, yeah, you can type your responses, please. Blessed, you say you have a question. What's your question about? Um, the network is really bad. I think because of the weather. Okay, so we talked about the content structure, blogging with Blogger, and introduction to email marketing. And that's what we covered for the week. So content structure. So I don't know, Molala, you can type in your response. Did you cover through the week's session? Were you able to covered all the week session? Go ahead and ask your questions, okay? You can type in your questions so I can answer them most effectively.
This schedule, I haven't. So because of my some of my busy schedule, I've not started like getting involved in the digital marketing like that. So please, sir, I just want to know, like, it's all about like social media and something like that. So can you expatiate more on it so that I can know more on the subject, sir?
All right. So the digital marketing, this digital marketing course covers fundamentals of digital marketing that basically
Okay.
talks about, explains the topic or the concept of digital marketing, that covers search engine optimization, that covers email marketing, that covers social media marketing, and different forms of advertising, right? There's different platforms as well. So after the fundamentals, we go into okay, part of the fundamentals was also we created an audience persona. We talked about segmentation and say, yes, we have digital tools, right? And we have users of digital tools. Oh, where are you most present? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, where are you most present?
I'm always most present at on Facebook, sir.
Okay, Facebook. So
Facebook.
So let's use Facebook now for this explanation. So you are most present on Facebook. So you know that, yes, Facebook is one of those channels, social media channels that you can utilize for advertisements. Okay, you can utilize for advertisement. Welcome, Vivo. So now you see that you have a lot of other people on Facebook, a lot of other users and profiles on Facebook. So, but that you have billions of people on Facebook does not mean you can reach billions, or when you reach billions of people, it does not mean you basically be able to convert all of them to paying customers. The goal of every business is to market to people that need their product, okay, or that want their product. Now, another thing that businesses look at is cost of advertisement, right? How much am I making and how much can I use to market? If I spend so much marketing, what if all don't convert? So my marketing expenditure will be more than my profit, isn't it? So segmentation now becomes very important. What does segmentation mean? Segmentation means that a company has a product and it asks itself, I have an audience, for example, 100 million persons on Facebook. Out of the 100 million persons on Facebook, how many of these people will want my product? So you begin to segment, and you segment using what? Demography. Demography like age and gender. Okay? I don't know if you're following.
Yes, I'm following, sir.
Yes, you segment based on demography. Demography just is a characteristics that, for instance, age is one of them, gender is one of them. For instance, now you want to sell a sanitary pad. Let's say you are a maker of a sanitary pad. Who will be your audience, male or female?
Female.
What will be your audience age? From what age to what age?
From like maybe 11 to 40 something or so.
Okay. So you see now, then you ask yourself, who within that 11 to 47, who are your median? What is your median? That is, who are your median customers within that age? You'll be looking at people we'll be looking at a median of say 28. So thereabouts. So between there, so that is a peak that you know that an average lady or most ladies will have their menstrual cycle at once a month. So you are sure. So when you begin, you now know that audience now. And then when you know the audience, you now enter psychography. Psychography talks about segmentation principles like motivation, buying behavior. You understand, right? Motivation, buying behavior. So that one now comes to your thinking and say, wait, you are not the only one making sanitary pads, right? You are not the only one making sanitary pads. So what makes your own sanitary pad stand out? What are other sanitary pads not giving, right? What are they not giving these ladies? Why will your own be better? So you now be trying to understand their pain point. Pain point here means their areas of challenge in using a product, whether the product is present or not, whether it's an innovation or not. I don't know if you get the point. What is the pain point? The pain point here means that, okay, probably somebody uses, is uncomfortable. The sanitary pad is uncomfortable. It gives rashes, and it's too heavy or it's too heavy. So many other pain points that you might notice, you might feel. So you might just think about something that people just research about what they suffer, and then you begin to create a customer persona, right? You create a customer persona to match those things. So that will reduce your audience on that platform to about, say, 100,000 or 100,000. So if you say 100,000, location now becomes a very important factor. So what is your location? Global, international trade, local trade, and if it's local trade, where are you sent? Where do you want to focus on? the major cities or all around. So you see, when you begin to do that, you begin to now pick audience based on the location that are available. Do you understand, right? You understand, right?
Yes, sir.
So we basically talked about how to do all of those. Then we now talked about now how to do you write content? How do you write content to convince them, to basically convince them? Yeah. I think a Netflix study said it took about, is it 18 milliseconds, about thereabouts, or 1.8, I can't really remember, for people to either get interested in a thumbnail, that is to click on a video based on the image they first see on the video. So now the title of your content matters. The title of the content matters. The quality of the content also matters. But your title is the first thing people see. Is that title captivating enough? Is it captivating enough for somebody to click? So we started by showing how the steps we need to use to uh, the steps we need to use to create captivating content. So, and one of the we talked about that last week. We did co-schedule and our institute, right? So now, through this week, what we covered during this week, we covered the content structure, what a content structure is, what a good content structure should be. Then we also had an introduction to email marketing, what is email marketing and how we can use email marketing in a digital strategy, or the place of email marketing in a digital strategy. Then how to blog with Blogger. So you must not say, oh, I don't have WordPress, so I can't blog, I can't write blogs, I can't practice. So that is why we introduced Blogger to you, so that you can practice with Blogger as well. This is the second week. As we go to the third week, fourth week, and fifth, sixth, seventh, you'll see that you talk about a more hands-on and advanced methods you use for your either creating digital strategies, digital content, and then doing your marketing. Okay. 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 So Omolola said, thank you. My learning has been really great. My question is about creating an audience persona. Can we create more than one persona if our brand is targeting different categories of people? Yes. You can create, as far as your brand is targeting different categories of people. Those categories of people you can basically create personas for those categories of people. If a product is a unisex product whereby you have male and female, the essence of creating persona is communication, messaging, right? You know that there are things about a product that I will, as a male, I will relate with. Then there are things about a product that females will relate with. So if you don't create those, if you don't basically create those personas based on those categories, it will be difficult, because we'll be giving, basically giving one generic communication that will be very difficult for you to have the turnout you are expecting. For instance, which product would that be? Let's, what product will I use for this example now? Okay, let me just use a product that everybody use. Okay, I think you give an example. You say like you have a fashion brand targeting women from ages 20 to 50 who are single mothers, married women, and career women. And you want to develop a comprehensive campaign strategy for this brand. Will you create just one persona or different personas to capture their distinction between them? So this example is so great. And I'm so grateful, Omolola, that you have this insight, because from this, we can basically work with this, and then you walk through this brand strategy and see at the end of this training, you will see how things change. Okay, let's work with this now. Omolola has a fashion brand that targets women from the ages of 20 to 50. So what Omolola has done is to actually try to create her audience, to segment her audience. Segmentation now, segmentation going, you can segment a segmentation and or segment is, you can keep segmenting your segmentations, basically. So this is a broad segmentation you have done. One, you have identified the industry, which is the fashion industry. And now your target is women, not just women again now, but women between 20 to 50 years. Then you went further to say they are single, you have single mothers, you have married women, and you have career women. Those are three sets of people you have picked. There are women, number one, you have identified that. They are between the age of 20 to 50, you have identified that. Then you went on to say you want to target single mothers. That is one. You want to also target married women. That is two. You want to also target career women. These career women may be single or married. But guess what? I like what you've done here. The career women basically will have different needs and different pain points. The single mothers will have different needs and different pain points. Although a product, the same product, married women will have different needs and different pain points. The same product. But now, because they have different needs and different pain points, they'll need to be communicated to differently. You need to draw them differently. You need to convince them with different message. So you cannot have one message. So what you can do now is to do a broad segmentation that is not as broad as what you have. You say first, the first segment is what you have done. The second segment is to segment into this segmentation, right? Is to say, one, segment A. Okay, in segment A, can you hear me very well? So I think let me use the whiteboard to do it very well, to work with this. Okay, I'm loading a whiteboard. So let's do this. Let's do this together. Okay, so I'm going to copy. I'm going to copy. Let me do it this way. Industry. So the industry. The industry is fashion. Then we have the gender, specific gender. Specific gender, we have female. Then we have age, 20 to 50 years. Okay. Okay. So, audience, we have single mothers, married women. Then we have married women. Then we have career women. Okay. So, Omolola, can I have the product? The product will shed more light on this. What is the product? So that we'll know. Omolola, are you there? or should we use, but I think this is called from what you are working on. So I really like to have a particular product because the product matters. So let us know, is the product baby-centered or for the mothers? Is it for their babies or for their mothers? It's actually okay, hypothetical. So I don't have a product yet. So okay, a hypothetical example. We have industry fashion, specific gender for females. We have age 20 to 50 years, and audience, single mothers, married women, career women. So if we are looking at this now, that means I'm going to suggest a product that has to do with their kids. A child product, a product for children. Because if I see single mothers, married women, because I'm seeing single mothers. Why are they single mothers? Because they have children. It's for children. Married women, career women, it's for children. If not, any female will have been good rather. Any female will have been good. So product, let me suggest a napkin. Please, can we see the whiteboard? Oh, let me suggest a cream. Can you see the whiteboard, please? Okay, you can see the whiteboard. Okay, so let's suggest a body cream. A body cream. Okay. Okay, so we have this information from what Omolola shared with us. The industry is fashion, but if the industry is fashion, it will not be body cream. Sorry, if the industry is fashion, it will be let's just use outing attire. Outing attire for children. Outing attire for children. So it's going to be children fashion. I think we'll change the industry to children fashion. Fashion industry will do niche. The industry is fashion, then we are going to do niche. The niche is the smaller parts of the smaller part of the industry, right? So it's going to be children fashion, niche, children fashion. Okay. Okay. So the niche is going to be children's fashion. So we have the industry fashion, the niche, children fashion, the specific gender. Now, so follow this very well. Why are we not targeting our target now? Our persona has nothing to do with the age. Our persona has nothing to do with the age of the children. Why? Because the age of the children are not the customers, they are the users. And the users we have found as single mothers. Let's have audience as the users. Then no, audience are the customers. So we want the audience to be customers. However, we have a different consumer in mind, and we have the age of the consumer in mind. Our consumer was used, right? for development of the product. So, but now we want to create a communication to match these people, okay? So now, to further separate this now, we need to create message for single mothers. So our product now is outing for children, and we are looking at both male and female children, right? Male and female, okay? So if that's the case, we need to create, if that's the case, we need to create messaging for single mothers. We need to also create for married women. As well as career women. But one common thing among all of these three segments must be that they are mothers, right? Are we following? They must all be mothers. Okay, they must all be mothers. So now, you need to create an efficient persona, we need to find what? Their pain points. So a message for this single mother, let's create a message for this single mother. And for a single mother, for instance, one persona in our mind could be a single mother who likes their children to look excellent, and you might think of a single mother with twins, right? When we think of a single mother with twins, we then think of our pain point could be cost versus quality, right? You can go on and think about different things. So let's call this woman. This woman may be, her name maybe Sarah. Okay, her name is Sarah. So let's call this single mother. Are we together? Can you hear me? Let's call this.
Yes, sir.
Let's call this single mother Sarah, and we will say we already know her gender. She's a female, but for the sake of card, we will just go ahead and say her gender is female. Because we already done a clear segment previously at the top. Then her age. Okay, how old should she be? Remember, our general audience should be somewhere from 20 to 50, right? So we need to narrow down. So Sarah's age should be somewhere, let's say 35. Okay, she's 35. Then her location, let's say Lagos, Nigeria. And the reason why, for instance, I want to pick Lagos for this example is because we have much competition not like where we don't have much competition. So we are using Lagos. So the question is, what kind of message? How do I have to put a message across that will make Sarah think about us as the best option, right? Instead of other options that we have that they have available. And that gives us more advantage because we will basically study other options, study the competition. For instance, there's Okrika. You could get this thing Okrika, and Okrika is quality too. Some people can get that. And it's cost effective. They say it's cheaper than what you can whatever you get from your fashion house, right? But we'll see how we go around that. So she's in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. Then level of education is what is her level of education? Because it's very important that we record the level of education because we cannot send a right content for Sarah that Sarah might not understand. So let's say Sarah has tertiary level. Okay, she must have a tertiary level of education. Tertiary. Okay. Now she's a single mother. Her occupation might not really be for career women. When you are doing for career women, you can basically look at our occupation. Banking, for instance, you could say, is she in banking? You basically look at a sector where where her time must be invested. Okay. So if you follow through we are just going to be brief here. I'm just going to share with you a summary kind of, right? So now what I'm trying to do is that for single mothers, the single mother might have different pain points. There are some that want to buy certain qualities of clothing. There are some that like fitting. There are some that like accessories. So is it accessories you want to sell to Sarah? Because Sarah might want the child to wear certain accessories and so on. So you could basically craft a message that will work with that. So let's continue. We have her level of education. Now, her professional background might not be really much, but okay. So, but when you are working for career, you're doing for career women, you basically need to take note of the professional background. Okay. So let's go on and pick her. Let's just pick goals. Let's work with goals now. I'll just put there. What would be her goal? What would be her goal for her kids? Her main goal would be probably to she wants her kids to look smart always. So I'm going to go ahead to her pain points. Her pain points. So I'm going to use she's overwhelmed by the cost of children fancy attire and low quality. and low quality. So if that is the case, we know this. We need to also, because we want to communicate with Sarah and we are not going to the field, we want to know the channels where Sarah is present. So we'll say Sarah uses, let's say, channels or preferred communication channels. We'll say she prefers, she's always on Instagram. So definitely where we'll communicate with Sarah will be through Instagram. That is, we'll make posts and so on. So we can craft compelling messages around this, what we have pasted here. And I would like to do that quickly for us to see. Okay. We can basically create a content that can cover or take care of Sarah's pain points, right? Content like we can post something very beautiful, like a flyer or a picture where a child is wearing a very good attire, and then we'll say you don't have to tagline like you don't have to break the bank. Ankara themed children fashion can be purchased from anywhere. You put a price that they'll be able to use. So basically, that is why you do segmentation. So Omolola, so you see that even for single mothers, right? You can still go ahead and have various segmentation based on what you think their pain points are. So I was trying to establish that the persona rather can be drawn out from the segmentation based on pain points. So this pain point, you pass this message. You can have several periodic flyers and communication, business communication that you pass along different channels of communication based on the pain point you have basically addressed. Like I remember one of our students that did digital marketing with us. She shared her business with us, and she was so excited when she did her promotion and she got quality leads that she could turn to paying customers. I suggested something. She was into female, she's into female fashion, right? So I told her that when you want to do adverts, like you do special sales, right? And you know, Valentine sales, men would definitely want to buy for their girlfriends, for their wives, and so on. So you can do special Valentine sales. We targeting men instead of females. So it depends on how you can take advantage of this knowledge and see how you basically can work around them. So you can creatively begin to create more and work with create communication to match them. Okay. Then I think the second Vivo said. So Omolola, do you follow? Did it clarify your question? Hello? All right. So Vivo say he has two questions. What is digital marketing solely about? Is it to create content for audience to consume or to market your physical, digital product or service online using some strategies, or you can work with companies promoting their product and get paid for it? Vivo, surprisingly, all. It covers all. It covers all of it. You might just be a content creator, and your goal is that you're creating content so that people will consume. So you have a lot of followers and you get paid for ad placements and so on. So you could basically be that, just content creators. Today, you have so many content creators. I have people making money from social media, from YouTube, from Facebook, from TikTok. You have people making money from those channels, right? Where you have what we call monetization, right? You have monetization. So as a content creator, you can basically make money just creating content that people can consume, people relate with, just by having ads placement, okay? So you can have that. Secondly, you can also market physical, digital, tangible or intangible products, okay? You can market courses, you can market physical products, and so on for yourself. For instance, let's say like Omolola asked about the fashion. She definitely creates a fashion, her clothing, her cloth line rather, and decide to sell this product online. So online will be a good place for her to sell, because she have access to much audience, can easily utilize the tool to segment the audience. And Omolola, for instance, can promote this product. She can promote her product on Instagram, targeting females who are in Lagos, who are about 35 years old. So you can see, and with level of education, tertiary level of education. So she can basically use what we have created here to create ad that is more targeted on Instagram. So she can do that. So these tools have the you can use these tools to do so. All right. So the other part of it is say, or work for a company to promote their products. Yes, you can do that. Digital marketing also covers that. Okay, where you manage company social media platforms to ensure that their product, you can sell their product and services. Okay. So there is also the part of affiliate programs. It's also part of digital marketing. Basically, digital marketing is utilizing digital channels to market content, product, services, whether they are tangible, whether they are intangible. So that is what it's about. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, I say you understand better now. So as we go forward, we'll create strategies, right? We'll get on to hands-on where we create strategies. You guys, you see how you create strategy, content calendars, so that you can actually do your own segmentation, do your segment cards, and so on and so forth. So you'll see basically how to do so. Okay, Vivo, you say you're C for blessing. Oh, sorry. I saw Vivo V2217. Okay. Okay. So it's been great so far. Okay. C for blessing asked another question. He said, if you have a business, for example, an online tutorial for O-level students, nice idea, by the way, and want students to know about it, then how can I relate it to digital marketing for them to pay for my services? In this scenario, which is social media platform content. Okay. Now, this is a wonderful idea, I must tell you. You have tutorial classes. Your tutorial classes, number one, O-level, right? O-level students. The tutorial classes must be targeted, okay? Because if you market it with the mind of, say, tutorial classes, now, it's not goal-oriented. Why is not goal-oriented? We must be able to look at goal orientation from our end as the owners of the product and the consumers of the product. We should also look at their goal. What will be the goal of the consumers of the product? If I were to develop a strategy for this idea, my goal will basically what? To make money online. I want to make money online. And I decided to find a target, which is O-level students. I want to provide tutorial for them. But if I say, come to my platform and take tutorial, will they come? So what is motivating them? All right. So we can still go through this process to build our audience, then segment our audience very well. It's simple already. You said O-level students. The O-level students now, first, let me explain something. Although it's the parents that will pay, but the O-level students must be able to see this thing, get captivated and motivated before they tell their parents to pay. Okay? Before they get their parents to pay. So the question is now, these O-level students, what is their goal? So their goal or their motivation will be that they either want to pass WAEC or they want to pass JAMB or NECO or NAPTEP or A-level entrances or UTMEs. So you see, because of that, it would be good for us to put those things into individual targets or individual motivations. You can say SSCE tutorial, promise of 9 credits. You will see how that will work. Then you go JAMB tutorial, promise of less 250. You see how that will work. Then the others, you can do that as well. Then you begin to ask yourself, which channel will these people, these O-level students, there should be they from between say 15, right? 15 to 18. So yes, most of them are on social media. So where are they? Which social media are there? Some will be on Facebook or Instagram, but mostly TikTok. TikTok is for the Gen Zs, right? TikTok. So when you look at TikTok now, let's say we are using TikTok. When you look at TikTok, how do you create a content about it that will captivate a great video that will captivate the audience to begin to say, oh, I saw this, I actually like it. Mommy or daddy, can you pay for me to do this? So that is where what matters now. You are basically cut this across, slice this to dice, then identify their channels. Then is to create a content that will be relatable now. You can create a video of somebody rejoicing that they have passed, or create a video of somebody dancing and rejoicing that passed, basically. So content like that, like TikTok, you definitely need to create a video content, right? So that is it for that. So do we have another question? Blessing Osifo, do you understand that? Is that clear? Do we have any other question?